Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades, otherwise known as H3VR, is a virtual reality game about guns. The game was released on Steam in 2016 and has been frequently updated. Although it is an early access game, it certainly has enough content to be a fully released game. It is my third most played virtual reality game, behind Pavlov VR and that one stupid game about lightsabers and boxes. However, it seems to appeal to a specific audience, and this does not necessarily make it a good choice for everyone. This is my review of Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades. The game has two main modes, Sandbox and Take and Hold. Let's talk about Sandbox first. The player is presented with every firearm in the game with a variety of shooting range-inspired environments. The game has hundreds of guns, from old flintlock firearms to wartime classics to modern tactical options. Some weapons are conventional and iconic, like its selection of AKs, and some are a bit stranger. All of the weapons feel incredibly good to use in VR, with precise controls, satisfying sounds, and superb rumble feedback. They are also very accurate representations of their real-life counterparts, having similar fire selector configurations, fire rates, ballistics, and other gun nerd shit a lot of people don't care about as long as the guns go pew-pew real good. The game also has recreations of weapons from Half-Life 2 and Team Fortress 2. So if you get tired of all the realistic guns, you can try out these. You can also put tons of modifications on your weapons, from optics to foregrips to suppressors to magazine extensions. Or, if you want your frame rate to die, you can do all of them at once! H3VR offers the ability to mess around with tons of weapons without the crippling debt and long-term hearing damage of doing it in real life. However, not everyone wants to drop $20 on a shooting range simulator. Luckily, Take and Hold exists. Take and Hold is an arcade-style mode where the player starts with a random weapon and has to take and hold capture points. You have to defend yourself and the point from sentient hot dogs with guns. I don't know what fever dream the developers had to get the idea of evil sausages, but they have cute voice lines, so I don't really care. Once you clear a capture point, you get a currency called override tokens, which you can use to get new weapons and equipment. This can save you if you were unlucky with your first weapon. This mode is really fun. At first it seems ruthlessly difficult, but it is really satisfying when you get the hang of it. The simple gameplay is easy to learn and hard to master, and the difficulty ramps up in a way that nothing feels like it's bullshitting you. Looking at you, Beat Saber. Another thing that is good about this game is the documentation of its development. Anton Hand, one of the developers of the game, creates a developer log weekly detailing what is being added in the next update. He has been doing this for 4 years, and it is nice to see a studio being so open about its development. The game is fun when you're in VR, but one of my complaints about the game is actually in the non-VR view. Unlike many other games out currently, there is no way to smooth the camera to make video footage easier to watch. I also wish that there was a HUD for non-VR users, similar to Half-Life Alyx. I edited in this HUD to create what I would personally make the non-VR view look like. You can guarantee that the non-VR viewers will get a smooth watching experience, however, because this is one of the best performing VR games available today, so long as you keep it reasonable with your gun attachments. Even in taxing environments, the game rarely runs below 60 frames per second. And in less intensive environments, I've seen FPS counts climb to 250 FPS on high settings. This is on a GTX 1060, which is largely considered the bare minimum for virtual reality and can barely run some other VR games, like Blades and Sorcery. I suspect it will run on lower end hardware as well. In conclusion, this game is awesome if you like guns and fooling around with them. Even if guns aren't your thing, Take and Hold is a damn fun time. I wouldn't consider it a game worth getting a VR headset for, but if you already have one and you enjoy first-person shooters, you will get your $20 worth. That's all for today's review, and thank you for watching.